Hey guys, you know who it is. Treasure Peace. This is Boss Chick Gossip. I have a wonderful guest today who I personally met in LA, King P, the
What up? What up? What's up?
saxophonist of them all. So, how are you and how have you been?
Boss Chick, what's up? I've been great. I'm feeling fine. You know what I mean? Still doing what we do, you know what I mean? On the grind every day. I'm feeling good. What's
I'm
up?
so I'm so glad. So let's get into a little bit of what you do. So I want you to just kind of tell everyone about you. I know you play the saxophone. Matter of fact, I was just watching you on on Wayne Brady playing the saxophone during the game show. You were
Yeah,
dressed as
yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah. So I guess with that, I did get to put on the game show Let's Make a Deal. And coincidentally when I got booked, I was told not to even like mention like what I do and anyway, the night before the show, it was like late at night, like 12, 1 in the morning, the producer called me. Hey, we was going through your Instagram. You play the sax. I was like, yeah. It was like, can you bring it? I was like, oh, absolutely. And so I didn't know what was gonna happen, but yeah, I got there and um I got selected for a game, which was cool. I was opted for the 10,000, and anyway, I lost it last. It was
It's
fun because
okay.
it was
You
fun
got
though.
to be on the show.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was just funny how it happened because I was like right there, and I should have got it, and anyway, but I lost it. But then he right before I started playing, he asked me to play, and yeah, I just went for it. So that was
And you did such a lovely job at that. I
heck,
remember seeing you playing when we was at BET Casting Call in LA, and
yeah.
you did such a lovely job. Then I started to look on your social media, and I saw you like performing and all that. Where are you originally from?
So yeah, I do this. So my entire family is Jamaican. I'm from
Yes.
basically from there, but
Mhm.
I was born in Miami, and right after I was born, my mom sent me to Jamaica, me and my brother, and we lived in Jamaica till I was about 5, and then I came back to Miami, raised there, and yeah, I went to school in Tallahassee, and now I'm here in LA. You know what I mean?
Wonderful.
But as your earlier question, at my introduction as an artist, I'm a Jamaican rooted music artist, or could say hip hop artist, Jamaican rooted music artist, saxophonist, and actor from Miami, Florida, by way of Jamaica, residing in Los Angeles, California.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
I love the total diversity and everything. When I used to live in Hawaii for like 3 years, so like all
oh,
the
that's fire.
music over there is just straight vibe, like you know.
Yeah.
And what caught me on to your social media was your performances and things that you do. You execute that very positive. Is you don't see rappers with saxophones. You know what I'm saying? You're really ushering into a whole lane of yourself. That's
Right.
like that you're breaking down some walls, man.
I'm trying. That's always been the vision and the goal because for me, when you think about artists, a lot of people, it's people different, but a lot of people may hear words first, or they see words first, or um they have an idea of a story or something or a true event, whatever. For me, it's always the music first, because I'm a true musician, you know what I mean, playing the sax. So, and if you think about the old times, you know what I mean, you see old movies of music artists, like it was always live instrumentation. You know what I'm saying? And now we've got so much away from that, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool because DJs, we need them, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But even back then with the DJs, it was still a band always, you know what I mean? So my goal has been to like incorporate the live musicianship like entirely with what I do. And you know what I mean? When Lizzo popped on the scene, and she played that. I think it was the BET Award. I forgot what award
The
show I first.
flute. She had the flute.
And she popped out that flute. I was like, oh my god, that's what I want to do. So but yeah, that's the whole idea. Yeah.
I think you're executing that very well. So after you got into, how did you even get to become on the show with to be on Wayne Brady? And then what happened with that could have actually helped your career after going on that platform? I know you kind of blew up after that,
Yeah,
right?
I got a lot of attention after that. You know, I forget. Um, hmm, I don't remember how I got in that show. Maybe I saw a casting and I
Hmm.
just sent in a reply. I think it had to be something like that. I just saw
Okay.
casting and I sent my information, and then chances are that it just happened. I got the
Mhm.
call, and I didn't know too much about the show. And but then when I got the call, I started looking up the show. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, and everybody knows Wayne Brady.
Oh
And so,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So and then I had to learn I had to wear a costume, and so when you bring up the Black Panther, my as an actor, and rest in peace to Chad Barker.
Yeah.
But after his passing, and everybody wants the character to still be alive. One of my dreams was like, man, if I could get the opportunity to be casted. So it was strategic. I was like, man,
Totally.
I'm finna go to the let's make a deal in his uniform. I did it intentionally.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't no, it was a really good strategic form that you nailed. Great. So
Yeah.
I'm here, you're acting. So what movies have you been in or shows? Where could we look for you at in that area? And
Sure. I've been in a few. I haven't had a major lead role yet. But I've been in All American, the Homecoming spinoff. I've been in that. Um, I was on the Barbie set. I don't know if I never watched the movie, so I don't know if I made the final cut, but I was heavy in the filming of it.
okay.
I've done a few shows that I just can't remember the name. Snowfall, that's a big major.
Okay.
But I finally got my first major booking, national commercial booking, maybe a couple weeks ago. Some
Hey.
good money. Like yeah, stacks. Some good
Nice. They
money.
do be paying really well for the
And,
commercials. Like,
yeah, so I finally get this is my first major national commercial, and it's airing in August. So I'm looking forward to. Well, we filmed it already, so I'm looking forward to that airing, and my hope is to continue gaining from there. You know what I mean? But in terms of movies, like even talking with the director on that set. He took kind to me, and I'm like, yeah, your next big project. I'm networking, and he was like, yeah, that I'm definitely gonna keep you in mind, but you should also think about creating your own lane, right? And so he was talking about Van Diesel, um, how he did his thing, and he sent me the video, and I looked at it, but he didn't know that I already was on it because I do it.
oh,
So
snap.
yeah, so speaking about movies, I have my movie that's called Open the Door that's in
Mm,
post-production right now, and it's about just what I'm saying, open the door. You know what I mean? Us artists and actors or dreamers that's pursuing and pursuing, and things just keep shutting down, and then finally you get that big, big, big break. You know what I mean?
yes.
So that movie I'm looking forward to because I am the the lead actor in that. It's got some phenomenal actors in that. It was a big budget movie. I ended up getting a grant, and I got like $1 million equipment. So it's thorough. Um,
Yes. Yes.
it started off actually as a short film, and I didn't put it out, and I was on for one of my songs, Slip and Slide. I was on like
Hmm.
a mini tour in Florida, and I was on a radio interview, and I mentioned they asked me, they said, so what's next? You got good vibes song, you got Slip and Slide, and he's like, what's next? I was like, well, actually, I got this film I've just completed, and little did I know he was a representative for Tubi, and he immediately after the interview, he called the representatives, the head people, and they talked about it. They watched it live, and he was like, turn it into a feature, and they'll offer me like 100 grand to promote.
Nice.
And so that deal, of course, I mean, I didn't take it, but it sparked me to turn it into a feature, which is in post production right now. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hearing stories like this from people that I've met along the way and reached out is just phenomenal to just kind of just stay with your dream, and you never know what will happen. And anytime you put forth in the atmosphere, eventually gonna break through.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. So you're acting, you're doing music, playing the saxophone. Do you have an album out or about to drop something new that people can look forward to?
All of last year, man, I dropped song after song. Like I think I was dropping like two a month, maybe three. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, coincidentally this year I haven't dropped out a song. You know,
Okay.
I, I
It's
have I have
okay.
I have records waiting, but I just been promoting what I have, and
Yeah.
I've been busy on the acting scene. And so, in fact, right, I was getting ready to do an audition before this interview. You know,
Oh, snap.
so it was, I
Oh,
went,
it's so special. You actually like you could have
yeah,
took
I
it.
went,
You could have did this Saturday, but
I went on IG to find the guy, the photographer that just did my last headshots. Cause I was waiting on my agent just asked for him. And so that's why I went on IG and then I literally was getting ready to do an audition. And I said, I'll just do it after this. But anyway, so I've been busy on the acting scene. An album for me, and my concept with that is like we're still in a singles market.
hmm.
So um, I do have to the question. I do have an album. It's tied with the movie Open the Door.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't want to drop an album like that because it's unless you have that unless you already up there,
Yeah,
you
I
might not.
singles.
Yeah, you might not get someone to listen to a whole album. And so I'm just dropping singles. And so I'm getting ready to I
Y'all
am
hear that, artists? Y'all ain't gotta always drop an album. Y'all can
yeah
drop singles.
yeah singles or even if you really want to drop a project, drop an EP.
EP,
Yeah.
that right there.
Yeah. But the album, yeah, I've dropped albums in the past and I've learned from that, you know what I mean, I want to grab attention with short projects and then start building from there, you know what I mean? And so yeah, I do have an album. Holding that waiting. I'm getting ready to record like 4 or 5 more songs in the next week. And then I'll probably start dropping again, you know what I mean? So I literally just right maybe 2 days ago I just text. I have two producers that's consistent with me. One is in Nigeria. He makes a lot of my Afrobeat dance hall stuff, and then
Mm-hmm.
the other one, he's in Miami. You know what I mean? And I just text both of them. I said I'm ready to get back in the studio, so like let me some of that heat. You know what I'm
I understand that, as being when you're an artist and then you're juggling acting and other things, because in the time that we're in right now, you can promote what you got.
Yeah,
Because
fact.
you're not famous yet on your music. It's still a lot of people that
It's
haven't heard
still
it yet.
it's still new.
So you
It's
can
still
still be getting book shows to perform your material that you already have and just keep pushing what you have.
yeah.
Um, I think that's fabulous. That's fabulous. I'm glad that you said that actually, because I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. Like, yo, Treasure, you need to drop an EP. Y'all EP, baby, album.
Yeah. People don't
You have
understand
to
how much
push a
work you gotta,
single for a while, like.
you gotta put a lot of work into that album. You know what I'm saying? And your single is still new to a lot of people. Your music is still new. Yeah.
Yes,
Let me tell you, I
yes.
had my song "Good Vibes." That's what really got me a lot of attention first. I almost got signed from that actually. I was getting calls around the country, even all the way to Germany. And this was like in 2019, and I just knew that it was about to happen. And for multiple reasons, if you want, I could tell you, but it didn't happen. And still to this day, though, like now to move to the West Coast, and there's people that haven't heard the record. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So that taught me a lot. Like no matter how big you think the song may be, or no matter how big you may think you is, there are still a lot of people that don't know. So it's a great idea to keep pushing, especially if it's a good song. Especially if it's a good song.
If it's a good song, I've sat down with some record label execs as independent. They're like, when you can push a song, like a single for like a year, or even more if it's two, especially if you're consistently doing shows, like especially if you're not getting like tours and
Yeah,
stuff, which you are like, well, you can don't discourage yourself. You could book your own tour, you know,
Or,
but
yeah,
there are tours that you can hop on. That is, you're still even. There's still a lot of genres and avenues of different people that have not heard that yet. So
yeah,
like, by the time it probably did blow up, you're like, dang, I put that like 5 years ago,
I,
like 3 years ago.
yeah,
For sure, for sure. It's been wonderful seeing you again. I'm seeing you continuous with your dreams. Is there anything that you would like to tell people about any like word of advice or just your last words to tell them about the industry and just yourself? And also don't remember to let them know where to find you out on social media.
yeah, absolutely. Hey, it's one is a grind. So I mean, you keep hearing you hear that over and over again. You got to truly want it, right? Um, those words you can't take for granted because yeah, you're gonna have the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows. I remember hearing an interview from Nipsey Hussle, and he was saying he went through every emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Going through the process, and you do. If you really out here, if you really outside, you go through it. You know what I'm saying? You really want it, you go through every motion, you know what I'm saying? The highs and the lows. And I felt that when he said it. And so and then even carrying on what he said, it's a marathon. As I just gave the mini story about my song Good Vibes, like I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? Still pushing where it seemed like I could have, you know what I mean, took off then where I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally a marathon, but you got to celebrate the small wins, the big wins, the medium wins. You got to celebrate it all, and then keep going. And so that's where I'm at with it. That's what about this movie Open the Door is about. That I think is someone the sound engineer. He's signed to Sony. I think doing the sound right now, the post production side of Open the Door, and he was like, "Man, this movie is like the perfect time for all dreamers right now in the world." And
Yes.
every now and then we get these type of projects. You know what I mean? Like, but Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent some years ago. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Those type of movies, every now and then it comes around. And he was telling me that like your film, he's like, Open the Door might be like the perfect time for all dreamers right now. And so, yeah, follow your dreams, stick to it if you really want it. You can find King P at the number one King P,
Yes.
KINGP on all platforms.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. I wish you the best in everything that you do. Maybe we
Absolutely.
can collab on some things. That would be
Let's do it.
fire.
Let's do it. I love
So,
your energy.
when the movie comes out, you are more than welcome to reach back out to me. We could do another interview, however you want to talk about the movie. It's all gravy. But you guys heard it right here with your girl, Treasure Peace, on Boss Shit Gossip with King P on Rappin Lounge, streaming live 24/7 every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's the time on rappinlounge.com.
Boom, boom, boom.
Deuces.
I already know.
Yo, bye,
Peace.
babe.